This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone, good evening, good morning. Welcome to Isha Training Solutions. So we will wait for 2 more minutes for others to join and then we will start our session. Okay, we'll give 2 more minutes for others to join and then we'll start the session. Yeah. Yeah. So once again, welcome everyone. Welcome to Isha Training Solutions. So we are into day two session. So yesterday we discussed about APM tools means what, or importance of APM tools like that we discussed. So AppDynamics tool is actually a Cisco product. So very famous APM tool in the market, which is having a lot of features and capabilities. Technology support that is actually very important. So if you consider all the APM tools in the market, why AppDynamics is actually leading because the technology compatibility. Okay, so because of that, they are leading the market. So they have wide range of capabilities that are there. The two in the recent trend, if you are checking the recent trend, everybody started thinking about artificial intelligence, machine learning like that. So AppDynamics also started the AI related features and all in APM2. So that is the reason AppDynamics and Dynatrace they are leading the market actually, and they have wide range of features and capabilities that are there. Okay, so AppDynamics tool, as I mentioned yesterday, you have application level, machine level, your database level, and then browser level. All these capabilities are there, and we are going to see how to configure the agent basically, and then once the configuration is done, how the data is actually coming. Okay, so that also we are going to learn in this course journey. Basically, how I am going to explain is that, so I'll explain basic application setup. Okay, I'm going to explain basic application setup. So this application setup is nothing but I'm going to explain, or I'm going to provide two applications. One is Java application I'm going to share with you guys, and then Node.js application I'm going to share with you guys. So two application I'm going to share with you, and I'm also going to explain like how to set up that application in the local environment. Okay, in the local environment, how to set up that application also I'm going to explain, and then how you are going to configure your agent. Okay, how you are going to configure your agent. Okay, AppDynamics agent, how you are going to configure with your uh, application. That also we are going to see, and how the data from agent is actually going to your UI. Okay, how the data from agent is actually going to your UI. That also we are going to show. Okay, so this I'm going to show you with the SaaS-based AppDynamics software as a service model. So that model we are going to use for our learning. Okay, So this is how our every approach, I mean, almost all the practical learning that we are going to do, right? All the practical learning we are going to approach in this way only. What is our approach? We are going to set up your application, configure your agent, and then how the data is actually retrieving back to the AppDynamics. And in AppDynamics, what are all the different things that we are going to explain. So like that, we are going to learn everything else. Okay, that's actually a practical oriented learning. Hands-on experience will be there. I'm going to share all the files to you, so you can set it up in your machine. Okay, so that is what with respect to learning part. And then I told you there are different models that are there, two different deployment models that are there. One is your SaaS model, software as a service model. Another one is on-premises model. So first of all, we should know what is that, right? SaaS model means what? On-premises model means what? Okay, maybe I'll ask this question. Anybody aware like what is SaaS-based model, what is on-premises model?
SaaS is like a cloud-based model.
Oh, yeah, wonderful. So yeah, the initial understanding is right, but nowadays in that also they are bringing the hybrid version and also earlier. I mean, traditionally, if you see, SaaS-based is mostly as a cloud solution, but nowadays even on-premises they are bringing the flavor. Okay, so no problem. But the understanding is correct. So SaaS-based model, say software as a service means Cisco will provide application to you. Cisco will provide application to you, and you are going to use that application. That is actually called as your SaaS-based model. I mean, Cisco will own everything in the sense like infrastructure, data backup, data archival, everything owned by Cisco. And you are only going to pay money for your license, and then you are going to use that application. That is actually called as software as a service. Software as a service. You are going to get the benefit only for the task that you are doing, and you are going to pay for it. You are going to pay for it. In the case of on-premises, anyways you are going to pay for the license, but the infrastructure, data backup, data archival, everything is actually done by you within your firewall. It's all handled by you within your firewall. Only license will be provided by the Cisco. So which means that control, right? Control. Here you have all control. There you don't have control. You are only going to use that application. That is what SaaS-based model and the on-premises model difference. We'll take a pause here. Any question, guys? Yeah. So now I'll go a little higher level. So why this SaaS-based model or the on-premises model becoming the discussion point? Because you think like you are a banking customer or an insurance customer. Banking customer or a insurance customer. So both banking customers or insurance customer, primarily what they are thinking, they are thinking about their data safety, data security. Their data should not be breached. Nobody should take their data. Like that, they always think. Who will think? Banking customers and insurance customers will always think in that way only. So for them, this on-premises model will be useful because their data is actually anyways it is going to be available within their premises itself, right? So because of that, they are not, I mean, they are not thinking about risk and all. Okay, but if you the same way you consider the retail based customer, what they are thinking, anyways, in a single day, I'm going to store a lot of information. Okay, I'm going to store terabyte of data, petabyte of data, like that. They are thinking like a lot of data I'm going to store in a single day. Okay, so which means that I am not going to take the responsibility of storing that much of a data. Single day, if I'm storing too much of a data, look at the weekly data, monthly data, yearly data, like that. I'm going to store a lot of data. So if I am going to store a lot of data, I cannot balance or maintain that storage, right? So it is really hard for me to maintain that much of a storage. Say like anytime if I'm missing something, small mistake I'm doing, that will be costly mistake, right? Like because I'm going to lose all my data, or if I'm not properly managing my archival or data backup process, so all my data sometimes I may be losing, right? So which means that I should not, I don't want to take that risk. So what I'm thinking, I am going to give that responsibility to the vendor itself. So if I purchase the SaaS-based license, which means that all things are managed and owned by the vendor itself. Okay. So which means that I am risk-free person, because if there is any problem, vendor is going to be in the answerable position. Okay, my data, storage, all things are safety. Okay, so which means that I should not worry. So meaning that for retail-based customers or other customers where they have a huge storage, daily storage, weekly storage, monthly storage, like that, when they are having a huge storage, for them, SaaS-based model would be a little more easy way to maintain the data. Okay, but don't think like, since because I mentioned all banking and insurance customers are going towards on-premises only, all retail-based customers are going towards SaaS-based only. Don't go to that false assumption. I'm saying the favor is their interest. Okay, so in that case, the predominant customers are going in this direction only. But nowadays, even people are thinking about private cloud or even hybrid cloud model and all, right? So things are changing, but the task is like this. I mean, SaaS based model means the vendor is actually owning everything. On premises model means you have to own everything, the vendor will provide the license to you. That is how SaaS based model and the on premises model are working. Any question, guys? Still? Yeah, I'll quickly open one document. So this is actually the SaaS based model. Okay. So this is actually, I hope everybody able to see this. Okay. So this is actually the SaaS based model architecture. Okay. I mean, in the recent times they modified this a little, but core architecture is this one only. If you look at it, in the right hand side, your AppDynamics SaaS platform is actually available inside the cloud icon, cloud image. Okay, in the left hand side, all these are something you are going to monitor. You're going to monitor. Okay, all are unidirectional, one directional data, which means that all are going inside the SaaS account, one direction data. So if you look at it, you have your left hand side, you can do AppDynamics users are there, REST APIs are there, DB agent is there, App Server agent is there, and then you also have machine agent is there. Like this, you have agents and the monitoring entity that are available in the left hand side. In the right hand side, you have your SaaS account that are available. So what else they are telling you? Maybe if I go down a little, okay, A, B, C, D they mentioned. I mean A, B, C, D in the sense like these things. Okay, from here to here, all these are A, and then machine agent is B, and then this browser things are actually C, and then you have one more UEM agents are D. Okay, A, B, C, D is there, and also there are numberings are there. So what they are saying, if I expand a little, okay, I'll expand. Okay, so what they are saying, A is nothing but traffic. What it is actually doing, it is actually collecting the APM level metric and then your database level metric that are coming, okay, in the representation of A. And what they are saying, that communication is actually happening in HTTPS. Okay, HTTPS. So since because it is actually HTTPS, the port is actually 443, and then the endpoint URL is, this is the endpoint URL. I mean, through which the communication is going to happen. That is what in the A. B is nothing but your log level and then your analytics level data that are going. That is also a secure protocol only. Default port is actually 443, and then the endpoint URL is actually this URL. So traffic C is actually UEM beacon data, which is actually your browser level data. That is also HTTPS. It is actually either way. You can do 80 and also 443 port should be open, and then this is the endpoint URL. Similarly, geolocation mapping things that are going here also HTTPS and then HTTP both, and then you have 8443. So why I'm saying these things, you should have the firewall open. Okay, firewall, because sometimes people will say I did everything, data is not coming, I don't know what happened, something is a problem, something is problem with AppDynamics, like that they used to say. For them I'm saying like you should have these connection ports, and then the endpoint URL should have the forwarding capability. I mean your proxy should not block this. Okay, your proxy and your firewall should not block these connections. So that's the reason I'm saying mostly it is actually 8443, because it's all SaaS account, right? SaaS account means external world, you need to communicate the data, and then the endpoint URL should have the provision. Okay, similarly, what is 1 to 11, that is also they mentioned GUI user, and then application, REST API, database agent, APM agent, machine agent, browser, and then real user monitoring agent, end user synthetic monitor, event services, end user monitoring, real user monitoring, like that. There are entities are there. So the left hand side, all these are entities to monitor. And then inside the cloud, I mean this 7, 8, 9, 10 is there, right? These are components inside the inside the AppDynamics. 7 is what? End user monitoring, synthetic monitoring service, okay, which is like synthetic monitoring capability. And then 8 is actually event services. Event services is kind of a storage. Okay, storage, whatever you are trying to do, right? That is 9 is actually end user monitoring, real user monitoring. So end user monitoring is nothing but two ways you are doing. One is real user monitoring and then synthetic monitoring. Okay, so I'll tell you what is real user monitoring, what is synthetic monitoring. If I am launching the browser, I am doing certain functionality, I am navigating from one screen to another screen, that is all human activity, right? That is actually real user monitoring. If I'm doing everything by myself and then I'm doing the monitoring, means that is actually called as real user monitoring. Synthetic monitoring means if I am creating a job in AppDynamics is actually performing that activity, that is actually called as synthetic monitoring. Synthetic monitoring is something that I create the job, it's like an automated way I'm performing certain things, that is actually called as synthetic monitoring. So inside the cloud icon, you have a synthetic monitoring service is there, real user monitoring service is there, event services is there, and then controller services is there. Controller is nothing but the URL we are going to launch and see all the data, right? They usually call this controller URL. Okay, I'm going to show you guys like how to create the account in AppDynamics. So once you are creating the account in AppDynamics, one URL will be generated. That is a login URL. That login URL is actually called as controller URL. So that is also available inside the cloud. So controller services, event services, and then synthetic services, real user services, all those things are available inside your SaaS based model. Everybody clear? Anybody have any question? And data store related, your controller database is actually a MySQL. Okay, and then all your data aggregations that are happening in HBase DB. And then your UEM things also MySQL and HBase only. So mostly it is all MySQL and HBase only. So those databases that are used. So which means that these are the key understanding that you should have. Okay, so connection level you have to allow 80/80 or 443. Then only the communication basically will happen. And then these endpoint URLs also you should have the permission. Then only communication will be properly happening. And these are the key entities that are available in the architecture, and then data stores that are happening. This is something on the SaaS based model, software as a service model, which means that you are not going to do anything. You are only going to get the license, and that is what you are going to use it. Any question, guys, still now?
Yes, Sadish said the solution architectures will handle all the things, the configuration, everything. Or Sadish?
Yeah. So now the same thing, if you look at it, the on-premises way, quite a similar architecture only. Only thing is, whatever the things that are, just a minute. Yeah, sorry, guys. So quite a similar architectural understanding only. Only thing is the right hand side image is there, right? The right hand side data that will be in the on-premises. Okay, it is not going to be available in the cloud icon. Maybe I'll show you just a minute. Yeah, look at it. So which means that the left hand side entities are quite a similar entities only. The right hand side thing only, which is not going to be available in the cloud. Okay, so solution architect is actually a role. Solution architecture is actually, that is what we are discussing. Okay, so controller separately available, event services separately available, and you also have your end user monitoring services that are separately available. Okay, but in the cloud everything is actually available inside the cloud icon. But on the on-premises model, you are going to maintain everything separately. So in on-premises model, what we will do, there is a software called console. There is a software called enterprise console. Okay, console. That enterprise control software we have to download from AppDynamics official website and we have to install it. Okay. So once you are installing it, the event services, controller, databases, everything will be downloaded. Okay. So everything will be download. I mean, everything will be available. So that time, post installation of these softwares, if you are clicking the, if you are clicking the start service, start controller service, you can use the AppDynamics. That is what in on-premises way it is actually working. Okay, but in the case of SaaS model, there is no problem. You are going to only create the account. SaaS URL will be readily available. SaaS URL will be readily available. Maybe in the upcoming session we are going to see that one. So which means that there are two ways. One is your on-premises model. Another one is your SaaS-based model. In on-premises model, you are going to install the enterprise control software and then you are going to configure your controller event services. But in the case of SaaS-based model, you don't want to do anything. If you're clicking and creating the account, SaaS URL will be automatically generated. And going forward, you are going to use the SaaS account by using the username and password. That is the only thing you are going to use. Okay. Any question, guys? So now moving into the course content again. So we have, I mean, we have this initial understanding level. Yes, we discussed right now. The core topic, AppDynamics application agent configuration, which is a core topic that we are going to discuss right now. Okay. So you have your, just a minute. Sorry. So having a kid in your house is all the way a tough job to maintain. So he's doing all silly things now only. Yeah, sure. So now we are moving into the very important topic, which is actually your AppDynamics application agent configuration. Okay, any interview if you guys are going, guys, definitely this question will come. I mean, have you ever configured any agent? How you will configure it? What are all the agents that you configured? How you will gather the metric? What are all the root cause options, root cause analysis options that are available in AppDynamics? Like that, n number of questions will come. Okay, so even we are going to learn that right now. Okay, we are going to learn that right now. So first of all, what am I going to do? I'm going to explain how to set up the application. I told you initially also how to set up the application is very important, and then only we are going to configure the agents and all. Okay. So right now, what I am going to do right now. So like this, I'll maybe put the points and then we'll do one by one. Okay. So I'm saying sample application setup. And then AppDynamics SaaS account creation, and then Java agent configuration, Java agent configuration. Okay, and then you are going to do the analysis. Okay, so analysis. Okay, so first step is something that sample application setup we are going to do. Sample application setup we are going to do. Guys, you should also do it in your machine, and if you guys are facing any problem, let me know. Either myself or my team will join and then resolve in your machine, because it's very important that you do it in your machine, so that you're actively learning each and every concepts in a thorough way. Okay, don't think like I saw that everything I understood clearly, I understood all points. No, don't go to that assumption. You try to do it in your machine. That's the way you are learning things in a complete way. Okay, because sometimes if you observe something and you may be missing certain important concepts, when you are trying to do it, you are going to learn everything in a detailed way. So that's the reason I'm saying. So please do it in your machine as well. Okay, so all softwares and supporting things will be provided by our team. So please touch base with them. Okay, so the first one is actually your application setup, sample application setup, sample application setup. So we are going to, I mean, there are two applications are there in our learning. One is Jpet store Java application, Jpet store Java application, and then Express Cart, okay, Express Cart Node.js application. Okay, Express Cart Node.js application. Two application we will share. Two application will explain how to do the configurations and things and all. We'll see. The first one is your Java application configuration. Okay, so the first step is download and extract Apache Tomcat community server. Okay, download and extract Apache Tomcat community server. So you can go to internet, Apache Tomcat community download. Okay, so their official website, if you are going, you can click the 9 version, which is actually the stable version, and then based on the bit version of your machine, you can download and then you can use it. You can use it, or else don't worry. Our team will share the Apache Tomcat server dump file straight away to you. Through the Google Drive. Through the Google Drive, they will share with you guys. You can only download and then extract it. Okay, download and extract it. So in my case, it's already downloaded, extracted, and it is available here. Okay, this is the extracted file. This is the extracted file. Okay, first step is download and extract Apache Tomcat Community Edition. So once you are downloading, unzipping the file, that is actually like this. Okay, and then maybe the dependency step, download and install Oracle JDK 1.8. Download and install Oracle JDK 1.8. This is actually a dependency step because Apache Tomcat is a Java server. So obviously in your machine Java is not there. It will not work. That's the reason I'm saying it is a dependency step, prerequisite you have to follow. So I'm repeating again, it's actually Oracle JDK. Don't try to use Open JDK or don't try to use higher version of your JDK. Okay, so you try to use Oracle JDK 1.8 and then it will work. Okay, so download and install Oracle JDK 1.8. Okay, so not only installation, please set the Java home comma path. Okay, configure Java underscore home and path. Both the things you have to do it. Post installation of your JDK in your machine, please make sure you are configuring the Java home and path in your machine. That is also very important. Okay, so don't miss it. Very important. So how you are validating that? Okay, so go to the command window. Go to the command window. Type Java space hyphen version. Java space hyphen version. Click enter. So that will be showing the version of the Java that is actually installed in your machine. Okay, it's actually 1.8.0 underscore 241 64-bit server. It's actually installed. or else sometimes people will use this command also, Java C space hyphen version, which is a compiled version of the Java. It will show you. Okay, so I mean both are same only, but it's up to you. There are people using it in a different way, but the end goal is this one only. So this will come, or this will probably work if you are having the Java home and path that are configured. If not, it will not work. If not, it will not work. Okay. So which means that how to do that environmental variable Java home path can be configured. Okay, go to edit system environmental variable. Okay, system environmental variable, you go there, you click the new option and then type Java underscore home. Everything should be uppercase, capital letter. Okay, variable name is actually Java underscore home, and then the value would be till the JDK folder. Value would be till the JDK folder. Say going to program files Java JDK. Till here you have to copy paste it. Till here you have to copy paste it. Till here, till the JDK folder, you have to copy paste it. So in my case, I'm not going to click OK because already it is actually added in my machine. So right now I just wanted to show you guys, this is how your Java underscore home you are going to configure. So now I'm clicking cancel. So you have to add the Java underscore home. That is first step. And then path, you have to search it in the below system variable. Below you are searching the path. Don't do anything because a lot of things are actually available in the path variable. So if you are disturbing, other program will get disturbed. So you simply click the edit button, and here you can click the new button, and then you have to go till the bin folder. You have to paste it till the bin folder. You have to paste it here. Okay. So in my case, I'm not going to do it again because it's already there in my machine. So look at here till the bin folder. It's already added. If you click OK, that's all. But right now I'm not going to do it. So which means that path variable you have to add it, Java underscore home you have to add it. So that is the next step. That is a next step. I'll take a pass here. Any question guys still now? Yeah. Then go to conf folder. Go to conf folder and edit Tomcat users XML file. Okay, so I'm going to the conf folder. Where is the conf folder? Where I extracted my application server folder, right? So here there is a conf folder. So inside the conf folder there is a file name called the Tomcat users XML file. So I'm editing that. In your case, I mean all of you, when you are opening for the first time, this line will not be there, guys. Okay, this line will not be there. This one line will not be there because I added to create the roles. What I'm doing, username equal to Tomcat, password equal to Tomcat, and then these are the roles that I created. So for time being, what I'm doing, I'm going to copy paste this chunk of code to you. You guys can use it. Okay, I'm pasting it in the chat. You guys can use it. Or else no problem. My team will share the file. This Tomcat user XML file itself they will share with you. You download it and then replace it in your folder. That's all. That is also easy way. But for the time being, I'm copy pasting this chunk of things to you. Okay. So which means that Tomcat user XML file, inside that you are adding these things. You are adding these things. Okay. So and then go to bin folder and start the server using startup.batch file. Okay. So how am I going to my bin folder is actually important, right? So it's up to you. You can use cd, change directory, and then give the path of the bin folder, or else use this shortcut method. I am inside the bin folder right now. I'm selecting this entire path. And I'm typing cmd, click enter. So that will straight away go to the bin folder. So right now I'm inside the bin folder. I'm going to use the startup.batch file to start the server. Okay. Before to that, just a minute. I think I need to change. Okay, you don't want to change anything since because I'm taking training, right? So I'm changing this files then and there. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So now if I go and start this one, it will start my server. It will start my server. Now the server is actually started. Okay. How to validate that server is actually successfully started? I'm going to my browser, type localhost colon 8080, click enter. Okay, I'm saying like go to browser and type localhost colon 8080 8080. So look at here, Apache Tomcat is actually launching the page. If you are doing some mistake, this page will not come. If you are doing everything properly, that time only this page will come. Okay. So you can ask me the question, sir, how did you come to know it is actually working in 8080, sir? So the same conf folder, if you are going again, the same conf folder, there is a file name called server.xml. If you open that server.xml, inside that file, there is some port configuration details are available. If you look at it, the HTTP port, okay, is actually right now running in 8080, connector port 8080, okay. So what is that meaning? So right now your application is actually running in 8080. Those who wanted to change the port, you can change it in that config file and then save the file, restart the server. You can launch the application in different port also. It's up to you, but right now I did not change it. I simply launched it in the 8080 port only. Okay. Then what am I doing? I'm clicking on this manager app button. So it is asking username and password. I'm typing Tomcat because in my config file, username and password is actually Tomcat. Okay. So what I did is click on manager app button and provide username password as Tomcat. Whatever you configure, right? Tomcat. Now there is a place where war file to deploy. So what you have to do, you have to choose a file. Okay, don't worry guys, I'm going to share this war file to each and every one of you. So you can select that war file, whatever we are going to share it with you. Okay, and then click deploy. Okay, so go to war file to deploy section and deploy the war file. So once you are clicking the deploy button, look at here it will come. Successfully deployed means here it will come. Okay, so what you can do, you can simply click this link. The application will launch successfully. So what is that meaning? Your sample application is ready. Going forward, okay, you don't want to deploy this application again and again. No, don't do that. That is not the expectation. One time alone you do the deployment. Next time onwards, you start the server using the file startup.batch file. You start the server, and you can launch this URL. What is that URL? Localhost :8080/jpet store is a URL. You are going to use it and you are going to launch the application. So very simple, right? You are going to launch the application. Only thing is you are going to start the server, launch the application. That is what from next time onwards you are going to do. I'll take a pause here. Any question, guys, still now? So as per our understanding, sample application setup is actually done. Okay, sample application setup is actually done. This is what we have to follow and then do the activity. I'm pasting this in the chat right now. Okay, I'm pasting this in the chat. You guys can take it. Okay, this is the steps that we are following for your sample application setup. So this sample application only we are going to use it for our entire learning of AppDynamics application agent configuration. Okay. So those who are interested to proceed with this learning, I'm pasting the number 8019952427. Is actually Kumar sir number. You can reach out to Kumar sir for any further information. Okay. This is Kumar sir number. I'm pasting it in the chat. You guys can take it. Okay. Actually, today is the final evaluation day. I mean, those who joined today for evaluating us to join the session. No, this is the last day. I mean, from next week onwards, it's all those who are enrolled learners only will be available in the group. We'll be changing the group. We'll be changing the link, and then we are going to have the session continued. So we are going to continue with the enrolled learners. So please enroll yourself for continuation of this learning. You don't want to miss any session. A lot of concepts will be missing, right? So you don't want to miss anything. Please enroll yourself. 8019952427 is actually the number. You can reach out to Kumar sir for any further information. It's related to course timing, course content, anything that you wanted to discuss, you can discuss with him. This is actually a weekend session, as I mentioned yesterday. 2 hours per day. Saturday 2 hours, Sunday 2 hours. Within 3 weeks, we are planning to complete this entire learning. So please enroll yourself for continuation of the learning. So all videos are actually recorded, and we'll be sharing the YouTube playlist URL so that you guys can watch it any time, even after the session got over. You can watch it, and then if you have any questions, you can reach out to us. All these videos you have a lifetime access. You will be having the lifetime access. Okay. So, and for all the artifacts and supporting documents, everything we are going to share through Google Drive. Through Google Drive, we will share all the artifacts and supporting documents. You can download and then you can make use of it. Okay, so that is also available. So all interview preparation things, practical oriented learning, sample applications, everything we are going to do it. So in a way that we are trying to cover like real world examples, all real world challenges that we are going to discuss, and also interview preparation questions will also be shared throughout the sessions. Okay, so which means that uh, today is the final day for the evaluation. In the upcoming session, only the enrolled learners will be available, part of the learning days. Okay. So with this, we'll complete our session for today. And thanks for joining. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. And thanks everyone for joining. Thanks all. Bye-bye.
Thank you all. Bye.